Aloha, you beautiful mother fathers. Welcome in another episode of the Side Hustle Podcast. Hey guys, Kyle Cornell here with Double A Anthony Alford from the Side Hustle Podcast.
And we are the one-stop shop for all of your pro wrestling storylines and storytelling that you cannot believe.
Sorry Cody, sorry Roman, sorry John Cena, sorry Stone Cold. Right now, Jey Uso is the biggest star in WWE.
I guess now, is the whole story now, Roman really hasn't changed at all, and Roman will eventually burn the family again?
That's right, guys. All across every single social media platform, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, audio versions, obviously, Spotify, iHeartRadio app too. We got you covered no matter where you want to find us.
Well, our BA Sweet Moment of the Week, we've been doing this now for 6 months. And we're excited each and every single week to do this segment. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, but most importantly, we want to thank all of you for tuning in, whether it's through audio or video, each and every single week right here on the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast.
No place I'd rather be than Side Hustle with the boys.
Welcome in, folks. Special edition of the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast today with you. Of course, myself, Double A Anthony Alford. This is officially our first episode of 2025.
Yeah, happy 2025. Glad you can make it.
And we have some other guests with us as well.
Yeah, we actually have a ton of people behind, they're behind you and in front of us. And you see them all rounded up in a table. We have gathered today because we talk about professional wrestling all year long, all throughout 2024. And I think it was a great idea to bring our fans. Bring people we know.
You say it was a great idea because you came up with it, right?
That's right.
All right, cool.
That's right. Anything I do is a great idea. and everyone here knows that.
If you haven't figured it out by now, he is the star of the show. I kind of just hang out at this point. Yeah, I don't...
Nah, but we are excited to have 6 of our guests here in studio, all in front of a microphone, various backgrounds. We have people from different forms of media that's here, different stations, different forms, different age ranges.
Yeah.
So we have generations of fans here to talk about how they got into wrestling and the state of wrestling, this past year and going into 2025.
It's awesome to see just the different variety of fans, the people that just enjoy what we enjoy too, because we talk about this every week. So it's a pleasure to have you guys here. And I think since you wrote the itinerary, maybe you want to do some introductions for these guys?
Yeah, let's do it. We got people here who's there. You see them right there, all looking professional. Everyone say hello to the camera.
What's up?
I think it's that camera. I think Don't worry. The first 3 shows, I messed up with the camera I was looking at too.
We probably should lay some ground rules too. There are a couple rules for you guys, just so you know, for the show, because we obviously take this very seriously, and this is one of the things that we just really hold dear to us.
That's right.
Is number one, there is no rules.
Okay.
So feel free to say what you want. Obviously within reason. I know some of you have professional careers that maybe you want to keep. So listen, take it from me. You want to play it safe, I get that. But here, it's a safe space, man. We swear, we say a bunch of stuff. He has the worst mouth you're ever going to hear. Every week, it's just constant. We have to believe him.
I've been hurting my mouth yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fart.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
The young one is.
He said fart. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so here.
It was pretty good.
So basically, we can be DX 97, not DX 2006.
Yeah, just
like
don't
it.
show me your tits.
Oh.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Or other stuff that was happening during that time. No, we will not discuss how you're going to book a feud against God. We're not doing that.
No.
We're not. There will be no Shawn Michaels versus God. I wonder if he's going to book that at NXT, by the way.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens.
Again, his NXT booking, I don't know if anybody agrees with this, his NXT booking is basically a reflection of his entire career.
Okay.
Ethan Page lost his smile. So, so you had that as well. So, hey, here's what we're going to do. I think the best way to go through introductions, all of you talk for a living. For the most part.
Muscle manos.
Talk is an interesting term.
Just you guys say words and something comes out of your mouths and produces sound. So I guess the best way to do this, we'll just go around the table, just introduce yourself, and I think sometimes with wrestling fans, we joked before we started the taping. It's always the you watch this, huh?
It's almost like that, like one like filler question you have to ask someone before you start talking about wrestling. Do you watch it?
I remember in college, first Monday at college is 9 o'clock. I'm looking around in my dorm room at BG like.
What year was this?
The year was 1925.
2010.
Oh.
I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm gonna watch Raw. I don't know who else is on, but this is gonna happen every week.
It takes that one person to walk around that corner and be like, "Oh, you watch that?" And you're like, "Ah, fucking, I hate myself."
Right. I'm like,
used to having me all the time back in middle school. I would literally watch SmackDown in class. It would always be that one kid like,
What? Why were you in school that long? What were you doing?
I got the 8 o'clock on a Friday.
Yo, like,
One of the
you got
detention is
detention,
going
I'm
on here.
confused. Like,
wait,
yo.
wait. Since I know my mom's gonna see this, right? No, I was not watching this during class. It was like before, like in between, or like at lunch, right? It was at lunch.
Where'd you go to school at?
Night
though?
school.
Oh, where did I go?
Night school.
Beechwood.
Huh?
Beechwood.
So they keep you guys overnight.
I wouldn't watch
hey, we got a contract.
He watched it the
Let's
next
move
day.
on.
He watched it the next day.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're all around the table. Introduce yourself. You can say your age if you want. If you don't say it, we'll say it for you. And then,
All right.
and then tell us what you do, and then what got you into pro wrestling. So random selection. I'm gonna start with Crisis, and then we're just gonna go around like that.
Bet. I'm Crisis. Yeah, this is not weird at all.
What's your age?
I'm 30 something. No,
Go to your files.
I
Okay.
work at Z1079 Radio 1 Cleveland, the #1 hip hop and R&B radio station in Northeast Ohio. Shout out to them. And what got me into wrestling was my uncle. My uncle used to watch it as a kid. He had me watching like WrestleMania 10, I believe. When it was like the X that was Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels fight, right? Okay, yeah. So that's where it started for me at watching that, and like Owen Hart and Bret Hart's feud. That's where it started for me, and then it fell off within the years where it got like kind of cheese. The PG era kind of threw me off for a bit. Yeah, and then I came back around, man. So yeah, I'm here. You said watch it. So yeah, that's what kind of got me into wrestling. Yeah, so
Nice.
good.
My name is Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello,
We're hosting a
Kevin.
group meeting now.
I'm actually an independent professional wrestler. That's what I'm going to use for my job because I'm not telling y'all what I actually do for a living.
Someone said it's smart.
Yeah.
40-minute conversation about it. But
Yeah, don't worry about
Somebody
it.
took a
Yeah.
day off. Didn't even mean to.
I've always been in wrestling for as long as I can remember. It's been like just flipping the channels one day. Oh, people beating each other up. What's this? Like, 4-year-old me, I liked it. So
Nice.
it just picked up from there. So.
I'm Style. I don't know how close you want me to this thing. How easy is that? We don't have cans. I'm at a couple stations in Cleveland, WHKW, WHK, and the program director of WSRR Radio, the home of independent and local music. So you can check that at WSRRradio.com.
Cheap plug.
Oh, wait, that's all I'm here for is the cheap plug. Right here. But I don't know how I got into wrestling, honestly. Old VHS tapes.
It just happened.
Yeah, it just kind of
You
happened.
didn't land on wrestling. Wrestling landed on
Yeah,
him.
it was just there one day, and it didn't leave ever, unfortunately.
Channel flipping, bro.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Rob Rozicki. I work at WTM 1100,
go.
iHeartMedia, Cleveland's #1 angry Republican talk station, and you're home of the Guardians and Cavaliers.
Yeah.
I got into wrestling, 1990, 91. First memory I ever really had was The Undertaker beating Hulk Hogan at the Survivor Series.
Nice.
And got, kind of watched it throughout the Attitude Era, fell out a little bit in PG area,
Yeah.
in college. And
I think that was a pretty sad era.
I think everybody kind of. I think
Watch
the ratings
it.
show that everybody kind of fell out of.
We thought we all wanted to be adults around that time. Yeah, like
I had
just
to
the
go to
childish
work,
things. Yeah, like
and doing that whole thing, and then got back into it a few years ago, and you've just been watching the new stuff, and especially the old stuff, kind of a renaissance with that lately. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, I'm Shane. Sorry.
Shane, you'll have to talk a little closer to the mic.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really nervous. 19, or actually just turned 20.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
The age
You
that
made
don't
it.
mean nothing, but okay.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't clap. You couldn't do anything.
Real one. I like your
Just keep him away from a Stone Cold beer bag.
Currently in school at CSU.
That's nice.
I think my earliest memory with wrestling was really finding my uncle's WrestleMania 21
Nice.
disc. Watching that Eddie Guerrero Rey Mysterio match, the ladder match, which I automatically that match was actually made me fall in love with wrestling. I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't looked back since.
Nice.
See, even with the range there, you kind of see it. That was a great show, by the way.
It was
Mania 21 was
It really
good.
is.
Good place to start.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite one.
great place to start. All right, Joe, go. Huh?
Who else is on 21?
That was Cena, JBL,
Oh yeah, okay.
And then Batista,
Undertaker.
Triple H.
but that one, Batista, Randy Orton. That match was
Okay. I'm
God,
here.
that match was so good.
That is a good one. That's a good one.
All right, Joe, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Gemini Joe. I'm north of 40, let's just say that. And basically what I do, I don't really do anything official. I'm basically Facebook, blogger, internet, whatever like random idea I have, I just throw out on Facebook and see what hits. What got me into wrestling was Ric Flair winning the 1992 Royal Rumble and Bobby Heenan's commentary.
With a tear in his eye.
Best commentary job ever. Bobby Heenan is the GOAT of commentators and probably the GOAT of personalities, period. And just seeing Ric Flair and that's what got it in for me.
A great start. I know some of you guys mentioned this already, but show of hands, who fell out of love of wrestling and then came back in?
I think all of us probably. Okay, never not all of us. All right. 40 years strong. I understand.
I get it.
Well, even Style, you didn't raise your hand either.
Yeah, I wish, man.
There were some rough years in there. You stuck through it.
Man.
I'm more out of it now than I've ever been, if I'm being honest.
Wow.
Like, I'm not weekly TV anymore. I'll catch the clips on YouTube, and it's funny because
I think it's because it's like so accessible now. Like
Yeah.
you can easily
Yeah,
I don't
catch
have
the
to.
highlights.
Yeah, you
like,
ain't got to sit down and watch that whole 2-hour show.
Yeah.
yeah. 3 hours.
Maybe
let's
post
talk
my
about
whole
some-
highlights after the show.
So let's talk about SmackDown going to 3 hours.
You know what? I was in a place of like just perfect bliss. Both shows are 2 hours. I have to fucking watch these shows.
That's wicked.
So like I record them and I'll watch them later and skip the commercials. So I'm only really watching an hour and 20 minutes of TV, which is enough for me. That's plenty. But yeah, now with both shows going to 3 hours, that's kind of where we wanted to start with this too, because it seems like with Netflix coming in, obviously for Monday Night Raw, USA feeling a little butthurt that they lost obviously NXT and Raw, so they want SmackDown to expand to a 3-hour show. They've had a 3-hour show for over a decade now, essentially, with wrestling. Is it too much for you guys?
Was
looking
SmackDown
for
every 3 hours?
no.
No,
But
originally,
it's two.
Mine
It was
said,
15.
yeah, mine
It
said
was two.
SmackDown was
Yeah.
a quick one. Like,
Yeah.
But now that Raw
You
is
can still
moving to
watch SmackDown
Netflix,
and go
Switching
out
to
and
three?
kick it.
Yikes.
Like,
Perfect for a Friday night, you know?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can watch SmackDown and go get some drinks. Like SmackDown was perfect for that. Like,
Yikes.
go see a nigga get his shit kicked in, then go take
Yeah.
some shots.
You know what? Now I'm thinking about, I can't tell you the last time I've watched SmackDown from start to finish live on a Friday night.
oh, I haven't.
I just
I can't even tell you either. Yeah.
usually knock it out on Saturdays or
Holy
Sundays.
shit! I'm sitting here thinking too. Like, wait.
I can't even tell you the last time I
Right.
watched any show front
Front
to
to
back,
back, no,
without
like,
pausing,
if I
without
try
taking a
to
break, without
like
yeah.
before
I mean,
Raw
pay-per-view.
cut, I will fall asleep on Raw. Like literally, like I'll just wake up like, oh shit, what did I miss?
I think the last full show I watched was with you. Okay? Like in 2020.
Oh, I'm really sitting over here stuck right now. I'm like, I'm really thinking about this. Like, I think the last live show I've seen, like I watched full out, was probably when Smackdown was here. Like, I think that was the last time I watched it in full. Like, no, like, skips or anything.
And I think I was there for that one. I was.
Yeah,
and I think
that was right before us.
I had to leave early for that one because I had something to do the next morning.
There's always a piss break too. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, you always got your little break match for sure.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think was so a lot of different thoughts. First off, Style and I, one of the worst days ever was the day that Kobe passed.
Yikes.
That night,
Yikes.
Edge came back to the Royal Rumble.
My happiest day. My happiest day.
That was the same.
No day could be better.
We needed a little sunshine on that day.
No day could be better in history, right?
Yo.
You know, I won't speak on Kobe's legacy. It's a wrestling show.
You don't have to. You can speak on edges.
Yes, it's a wrestling show.
Hey man.
So, to Kyle's point, a lot of content's out there, just a ton.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the big thing, what sticks out as far as like, okay, I need to watch this, or fuck this, I'm skipping that.
Like match or show?
Both.
The
things.
moment Natalia's music hit, I tune out.
Or really?
Wait, what's that one group with Sonya Deville and
Oh yeah.
Fire and Desire?
Yeah.
Or
No, not
Fire.
I wish it was fire.
Yeah, I was
I always love when Mandy Rose gets on the show.
it was Sonya Deville.
Pure Fusion Collectives.
Damn, whenever they come on, I usually turn off.
Oh,
my
it's a name.
laptop. Yes, it's a name. It's a group. It's something it shouldn't be.
That's what they say, but I haven't watched it.
I'm about to say,
You're
Don't ask me why I know it. I have no idea. It's just for some reason it sticks in the head.
We do the show every week. We have to know it.
Yes.
Who's damn, I can't think of her name. Who's Liv's enforcer?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, Raquel.
Bet. As soon as she comes on, it's over with.
Fair.
I feel like we're being sexist right now, and like we.
Well, no.
Well, we're not going to point out this is an all-male, you know.
So, all right, so peep game. So, for me, it's very biased because some of these people I've actually met, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, I can't watch Johnny Gargano. Don't like him.
Word.
He's an ass. So,
Damn.
so, like, because when you meet people as fans and they look at you as a fan, they have to keep a certain face. When they look at you as another worker, they're just like, what up, bitch? So it's like, yo, like, so.
Hey, bro, disrespect.
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah,
walking up to you being like, hey, what's up, bitch?
Yeah, like, so like I felt slighted
Gargano doing
because it was like one day I was at training doing my 1-2. Gargano walks in, you know, everybody's losing their shit because Gargano and his wife, the
Candace,
Dixie,
yeah.
they both walk in. Candace is great, I love her, but fuck her husband. So they both walk in with their, newborn baby, whatever. So they're watching us train and shit. So then after our match, I had like a training match. So I was like, oh shit, he's here, bet I'm gonna go crazy. So I thought I did go crazy in the training match. Nevertheless, after the match, she walks up to my opponent, shakes his hand, walks around, everybody shakes their hand. I'm sitting there waiting for my handshake, like, all right, bro, bet, say less.
So he didn't come up and shake your hand.
I did not speak to Johnny
You
Gargano.
should have cut a promo right there.
Like everybody else got a handshake but me. I don't know if he thought I was
Honestly,
just
man, yeah, that would have been the opportunity where I would be like, you know what? This is my moment.
Yeah,
I'm cutting a promo on Johnny Gargano in front of everybody.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. If you make it up to WWE,
That's the story.
Built-in feud.
you walk right up
Triple H
to
gonna
him.
love that shit.
You walk
That's
up
good
to him.
shit, brother. Like, yeah, he's gonna love it.
You didn't shake my hand.
Yeah.
You little bastard. You know-
And they'll find footage of it. They'll find it. It's WWE. They have it somewhere.
Yeah, no, they have it
it's hanging
somewhere.
out.
Some footage somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Somebody got it somewhere. Like, yeah.
That's a great story.
wild.
That would be a great
Yeah,
story.
so I really I don't like Johnny Gargano for that
Okay.
reason. So whenever he comes on the TV,
Wow.
All right, I do want to mention this because, especially for our older fans, a few months back, Vince McMahon, his documentary came out. On
I was
Netflix.
gonna say which part of it.
It was so good.
That's a long
part.
story.
which part?
The final.
Rob, let me go to you first.
Oh, good.
Rob, I'm going to go to you.
Wonderful.
So, if we were to play a game of word association,
Oh shit.
and I said Vince McMahon, first words that you think of.
Obsolete.
Absolutely.
That's
Matt
the first
Hardy.
word I would think of, honestly, because maybe he had a lot of stuff that worked really well back in the 80s, 90s, early aughts, but you clearly saw the last 10 years, he just lost touch. I mean, he just became an old guy, and he became a creepy old guy on top of that. And that's, I guess you could also say liability too, because obviously it just completely turned into a spot where the company that he founded, he could not even be in the same building with anymore, just for PR sake and legal sake and everything like that. So, yeah, I'd say obsolete. I'd say probably freak if you want to get down to it. You want to go into those accusations for sure. But yeah, I'd say somebody who was good for wrestling, I think maybe for a while, and then obviously, I think was lost his fastball and was playing maybe a little too long. But, yeah.
Joe, what about you? What do you think of Vince McMahon?
Insane.
Good one. Yeah.
That's fair.
Just like Rob said, it's just like, dude, brilliant mind for the business. Business doesn't get where it is today without him. Just the way he was able to, basically, even though everyone knew he was the villain, the way he was able to paint himself as a sympathetic babyface, or at least try to, during that whole like beginning of the whole Monday Night War, where he was basically like, well, WCW, Ted Turner, they're trying to put me out of business. And at the same time, too, he was doing the same thing during the territory eras, taking them out of business. But I totally agree with Rob. And you could, like, tell, like, going back and seeing some of Vince's segments from, like, the 2000s, especially, like, the storyline he had with, like, basically, like, any diva.
Oh,
And now it's just like, you look at it, it's just like...
Well, Sable sued him.
Yeah.
And then she came back after the lawsuit and then had a on-screen relationship with him.
Yeah,
which
and then, like, some
only
of the-
Vince could
and
book
then all
that
the
shit.
rumors
It's
with
like,
Brock Lesnar involved with some of that stuff anyway too. So.
And then involved with some other
Which
stuff.
I don't believe. Now, now here's my theory on that. I'm pretty sure Vince offered Brock that, but Brock's like, "Nah, dude, you see who my wife is? I ain't want no part of your mistress."
So then he just pissed on
that's
it.
my theory.
And also too, I don't think.
R. Kelly, go ahead.
And I think the fact that Vince has owned everything, major in wrestling now for 30, 40 years, or if any competitor he's ever had, he's bought him up. He can control the narrative. I don't think he gets enough blame for destroying the territories. You had a thriving territory system in this in this country for 30, 40, almost 50 years. And it was him raiding all these little spots for those stars that we saw, in that 80s expansion and, the early WrestleManias. And that became, all of a sudden, wrestlers didn't have a place to train anymore and get better. Wrestlers didn't have a place to work. There are, they're making more money right now, but there are probably fewer wrestling jobs.
Terrible. Yeah.
I mean, maybe Tony Khan has 3,000 people under contract right now, but with actual real wrestling jobs, there's probably fewer wrestling jobs now than there were 50 years ago, and that sucks. So I think he doesn't get nearly enough credit or blame for screwing that up, because he wanted the whole country, he wanted the whole thing, he wanted the entire market, and he got it, and at what cost?
Yeah, see, and the thing is, like, he wanted to go national, global, where none of the other territories either they couldn't or they didn't want to, because they wanted to honor the whole, like, old school NWA territory system.
And it's expensive too.
It is expensive. So I mean, you're looking at going back to the territories. I mean, besides Vince, maybe Crockett, possibly Vern Gagne, you're looking at maybe at that time only 3 brands that could really go national. The rest of the territories just weren't able to do that. And now you're basically looking at what the independents are now. That's basically what the territories were back then.
Yeah, the feeder system. Yeah,
Feeder system, exactly.
Yeah, selfishly, fuck the territories.
Well,
the thing is,
Listen, I love 80s territory wrestling as much as the next guy. I love going back and watching Memphis too, but I want to be able to watch wrestling, and I couldn't do that in territory system.
but and I get that though, but the
That's why
territories,
PWG went under.
The territories though, that was a system. When Stone Cold, cut the promo and said Austin 316 just whooped your ass. He wasn't in the business for 3 years. He was in the business for over 20 years.
Yeah.
He had that time. He had the reps. So the territories, even though you might not have been watching them, were making Crockett and were making WWF a whole lot better because the talent they were getting was more developed.
I don't disagree, but I think my overarching point is I don't fault Vince McMahon for buying out the territories and making a large stage. I think territory system's still good, and that's what our modern indie system is to a lesser degree. Because you
things
still
do
have,
evolve. I give that. Yeah.
right. But
So I'm
again,
curious
at
to
the
know
end of the
now too.
day-
Then what's your take on Vince? We've asked some guys like
Gray hair.
yeah. Let's
I might got some gray in here now.
because you're the one that said, hey, I'm cool with the territories obviously kind of moving by the wayside a little
Yeah.
bit, so we can focus on a bigger product and I
Yeah.
can see it on a day in day out basis. So what do you think of Vince as a whole?
As a whole, I mean, I think he's a real fucked up dude. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's the mastermind of modern wrestling still. And again, Rob said it, Joe said it. We don't get here without Vince McMahon. The industry doesn't grow as much as it has. It might be dead by now without Vince McMahon. In all honesty, if we're still running territories and carnivals, certainly not to the stage we are now. But
Carnivals is hard to get paid.
and they're good.
Don't knock it till you try it.
So we still have territories,
Just throwing it out there, guys.
but no, not a good person by any means.
Never mind.
Not a good person by any means, but as a mind for the business up until later years, like you said, these past 5 or 6, 10 years.
When the Botox started to come in.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
The
like
guy came
after
back
the death
and,
after the death of WCW, that was when Vince. I think WCW going under killed Vince's drive because I think Vince needs competition to drive.
I think that's fair to say. Yeah.
What do you mean Triple H is world heavyweight champion for 5 years straight? It was fantastic. We all love that.
It's better than Romans.
No.
Better than Romans.
No.
Ooh, I heard that. Didn't you hear
I'll
that?
take.
No, I did not hear that.
Said
Best Samoa Joe.
Styles said that Triple H's reign was better than Roman Reigns' reign as champion.
Which one?
Any.
Well, yeah.
He
I'm
said
going to
any.
assume the 4-year one, the big one, the one we actually give a shit
Talk
about.
about the small ones.
We're
but-
not gonna, Randy Orton held the title for a few weeks. In
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
Few weeks.
He gave him a gift.
Yeah,
He
Took
gave
it
him
right
a
back.
gift.
Real quick before we move on, Shane, when you hear, again, as a younger fan, when you hear Vince McMahon, when you hear his name, what comes to mind?
The guy that ruined 2019 for me, and 2018, mind you.
He just messed your whole life up, dude.
Oh, he really did.
Yeah, gosh.
Um,
Sorry to hear that.
but yeah.
Life right there. Yeah.
Couldn't watch Smackdown and study hall.
I know, guys. Yeah, nah. He was a real, kind of like what everybody else said, just fucked up.
So, you know what? It's a good time to spin forward to 2019. If we did this show in 2019, and,
It probably would
most of us knew each other back in 2019,
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
I'd probably be at home.
You would be at home. I mean, he's good.
No, I think you would be here though. I think you would probably still be here. Probably.
Yeah.
2019.
8 years ago.
He'd be alive. I don't know if he'd be
I'd be alive. I don't know about right
No,
here.
I don't know about right here.
Shit, I
It'd be
forgot. It's
12.
2025, yo. 24. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
If we did this show in 2019, and a new promotion comes along, and it's ran by Cody Rhodes, the young, exciting Young Bucks that nobody has seen yet, but it's all 6-star ratings, and various other people, and Vince McMahon is stinking up the joint in WWE, just stinking up the joint.
Sorry, you brought up AEW and I lost 5 years off my life.
Well, I'm bringing it back.
Jesus.
Tough.
It seemed like there was such excitement for AEW to start. And now, as we tape this at the end of 24, this will be out in early 25. Show of hands, anyone who still has any interest in AEW, show of hands.
Are we talking
Just
about
be
from a?
Be honest. Be honest.
Of this
Am I
current-
speaking as a fan or as an employee?
As a fan.
As a fan.
Oh,
As a
okay.
fan.
Oh, no.
As a
dude.
fan.
Yeah.
Now, as an employee, I think we all agree, or as fan, we need.
We all want a job from Tony Khan. I understand
Correct.
what you're
We
saying.
need his money.
Yeah.
Not me.
Getting paid so much to do so little.
Right.
That'd be great.
But show of hands of people right now who are currently interested in the AEW product.
Like
can be
from beginning
honest.
to end.
yeah.
Can I?
I'm not saying can I do halfway
There's a
here?
complex answer. Yeah.
Crisis, go ahead.
It has its moments. I mean, like, we can't sit here in front and say like they don't produce great matches. You know, like it's like one of them situations where you know it's something wrong. You just can't put a finger on what's wrong with the product.
I can put my fucking palm on it if I wanted to.
He's like, oh, I know exactly.
Speak for yourself, goddamn.
No, but like,
It starts here. It starts here.
but yeah, I think they do produce real good matches from time to time. You know, Swerve had a hell of a year. You know, like Swerve had a great year this year.
I think that's
Will Ospreay had a phenomenal year as well.
Yeah.
Shit, Darby, he did amazing. He had a great year this year.
We want to see
Even
Darby
Orange
make it
Cassidy.
through this year too.
I'm about to say, I just wish he stops killing himself.
He climbed Everest yet, or how about-
No, he didn't climb Everest.
I just
yet.
want to
Not
double
yet.
back and check in on that.
Yeah, but even like Orange Cassidy, you know, like with him even kind of stepping into a different light within his character. You know, I think that it's a few wrestlers who has been stepping in the market and doing real good. You know, so like it's definitely some light there.
It's like there, yeah.
Yeah, it's and I find some matches entertaining, but it's still something within it that I just be like, damn, like what is this? Like what's going on?
I think it's a
Go ahead, Kev.
I think it's a good platform for guys like you said, Swerve, Cassidy, who we know if they were in WWE, they would
wouldn't
not
get over as
yeah,
much.
they would not get any type of run. So for that sake, like I'm here for it. Like I tell everybody, like, yo, if you told me to pick between WWE and AEW or who I want to work for, I'm probably running with AEW. So because in WWE I'm gonna get washed away. Too many big names, too many people. I might get a couple runs at NXT, then be like, all right, good, thanks, bro.
I think you bring up a good point, though. And to Rob's point earlier, I think AEW works best as a feeder system. I think it's a great place for guys that didn't get over in WWE to go and try something new and try and build themselves up like a Swerve did, like a Juice Robinson did. I think it's a great place for that, and then they can come back to the big stage if they make it. I think it's also a great place to cash a paycheck if you aren't getting work anywhere else.
Yeah. My opinions are I'm more with Kyle on this one.
Can you read verbatim what?
No,
what
you
Rob-
go ahead.
Okay,
You can
so
take it.
we asked y'all a question before we came in about what your thoughts were on AEW.
Oh God,
Rob had the most colorful take.
I didn't think I even went that detailed. Awesome.
So you didn't. Your overall opinion of AEW right now was the question. Now,
Yeah.
Double A saved this for last on the questionnaire because we figured there'd be some comments. Rob, absolute shit.
Rob said
Hold on, there's more. Believe me, that would be great if it was it, but there's more.
That was the most in-depth answer anyone gave. Absolute shit.
2 words
Crazy.
said so much.
No one else answered.
Sums it up.
The rich kid is over his head and cannot book or be a boss to wrestlers. It's an insult to the business.
I completely stand by that. I think a lot of the problems that AEW has, and I think the most entertaining aspect of AEW is the backstage bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, it is
Jerry Springer for sure.
Is CM Punk and Kenny Omega going at it? Is
And that-
people
no,
getting
keeps
slapped
getting brought up over and
backstage?
over again,
With that
too.
being said,
For me, that's more interesting than anything.
we have literally watched AEW from its beginning stages.
Yeah.
So for you, like for example, when we start watching WWE, some of us is already like 5, 6, 7, or 12, or however it was when we started watching it, where it might still been that all that going on. And now it's just more media around. Like, cameras are everywhere. So, not saying nobody didn't get smacked backstage at WWE.
Oh, they sure. There were people.
Hey,
Yeah,
where's JBL?
oh yeah.
It's just now, I feel like since it's more in the public eye. it
But
just
with
has, like,
WWF, E back in the day,
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
And going back to Vince, you always had a sense that Vince was in control.
Yeah.
That if you pissed Vince off, you were out of the building. Ask Macho Man Randy Savage that one.
Ask Saturn.
So look, you had a strong boss at the top of the pyramid. With Tony, it seems like the wrestlers are running over him. It seems like
They're his friends.
They're more friends than employees.
He doesn't know how to run a wrestling company.
And that affects the on-air stuff. And maybe in WWF back in the day, you had 2 wrestlers that were kicking the shit out of each other off-air, that when no one was looking. But they could still go up and have a professional match that could entertain everybody. This stuff's bleeding off into TV, into real life and into the product. And you do bring up the fact that everybody has a camera in their pocket. There is more media, so it is easier to kind of see. But that if I'm Tony Khan, then I need to put more control down. I need to be a better boss, not this whole thing. I mean, let's face it. If Tony Khan's dad did not own the Jacksonville Jaguars and have some car patents, he would not be running anything right now.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
He might be running a blockbuster.
AEW would have been dumb.
He wasn't running a blockbuster. It's
You know,
wicked. I mean,
He ain't doing this.
Tony, tell Tony has been gone for a while.
One guy
There's one guy. Yeah, there is one dude. You know, running a Burger King, whatever. But you know, it's
couldn't manage a fucking Target.
there. It is, and you know, and you see CM Punk, who is more of an old school kind of you know personality. I think he would have worked worked well in the old era in the territory system. He did not tolerate that at all.
Yeah.
And you saw, right or wrong, I don't want to litigate all that crap again, but you know, you saw again just bleed off into the on-air stuff. And Vince back in the day, for all of his faults, the TV product was professional. You know, everything that you saw was professional. You know, so until he blew away the business and the steroid trials and just said it was all fake. But Vince's on-air stuff, by and large, was professional. Tony Khan, I would never use the word professional to describe anything he does, and I think that's AEW's problem. It's a bad owner. It's the only guy you can't fire.
Vince McMahon is the Fleetwood Mac of wrestling, while Tony Khan is the Oasis, is what you're saying.
Yes, at this point in time, yeah.
What a
And I
fucking
fucking
analogy.
hate Fleetwood Mac.
Wait. Hold on. Wow.
I wouldn't give
WSRradio.com
Tony
for more
Khan
of
that
that.
much credit.
Oh, holy shit.
real quick, you know, I got you.
You guys obviously made a lot of good points with that, and it's something I've brought up. We've done the show for a year now. So, I mean, that's something I've said pretty much every week.
We need to put that on our slide.
Honestly,
Why?
that's fucking
I mean,
great.
that's gonna stay
Just,
there.
yeah. Stevie Nicks in the back going like... But, like, no, that was fantastic, and the talent is there. We know. You guys mentioned names. I could make a whole list of all these talented wrestlers that work for AEW. But when the head of the snake isn't controlling the rest of the body the right way, shit's going all over the place. and it looks rough.
MJF should be a
but-
much bigger star.
but-
MJF should be ruling the professional
yeah.
wrestling
And
world
going back
right now.
as an old school fan, AEW right now reminds me of WCW post the NWO. So this
Like
is
99, 2000.
Yeah,
WCW.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what,
Wolfpack.
and that's what happened with WCW. Bischoff let
The inmates
star-
run the asylum.
and- exactly, because of the whole contract situation. And Tony Khan's doing something similar where, yeah, the inmates are running the asylum, but that's basically because he doesn't have the fortitude. And I mean, I still say, even though Cody would probably never, because Cody's too professional
Oh, I'd love to read that book.
to admit it.
What?
But Tony Khan ran Cody out of AEW, and I think he ran, CM Punk out of AEW, and like it or not, he's gonna run the Young Bucks out of AEW. They're gonna go to WWE or NXT.
Oh, I hope not.
I mean,
You want to talk about getting buried and thrown into the fold of Young Bucks? That would happen too.
I would love to see
5
that.
seconds.
They're going to be
Yeah.
great NXT tag champions for that 3-month stretch, and then
You'll never hear from him again.
I'd rather watch the Ascension.
Damn!
He's on fire, ladies.
So yeah, Styles pulled out the
Oh,
analogy.
you mean the Wish version of the Road Warriors?
Oh, Jesus.
You mean the Wish version of DX and the Young Bucks?
This
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, he's on
Shit.
fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Shane, you said here in your bio
Demolition.
that the wrestling's great, but it just seems like the storylines sometimes don't add up. And you gave some examples. I'm not asking you to recall everything you wrote down, but like
one example that can really is actually recent with the Adam Cole and the MJF thing. That storyline is actually really confusing now because
Yes.
you had MJF, Adam Cole, best friends, right?
Mhm.
They break up. Adam Cole turns heel, starts a new group, like the 5 millionth group in AEW or whatever.
Pure Fusion Collective.
He started
that one now.
the male version of Pure Fusion Collective AEW, and then Adam Cole leaves, right, and then turns face when he comes back, and MJF turns heel, and they're feuding again. But it's like the roles are reversed. So I've been trying to figure out like how did we get here? This
Adderall.
whole exactly.
That's how we got there.
They're still
That's a
trying.
good way.
They're still trying to fix the mistake of turning MJF babyface to begin with.
That was a mistake from
And
the jump.
it's it's happened throughout history. I mean, I can rile up like countless examples. That's the problem. A heel gets popular, and then the promotion, they automatically think it's like, we gotta turn this guy babyface.
No, but managing that correctly, like we're seeing with Dominic Mysterio right now. Eventually, that dude's gonna be the biggest star in the company.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's gonna be the Eddie Guerrero of our generation.
I wholeheartedly, I wholeheartedly think that guy could be world
where
champion.
him and his dad make up.
I can't wait.
I don't think that'll happen.
No.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna hit like
Thing is,
right.
like WWE is letting Dom do that naturally. It's kind of evolving. He's been at it now for you don't need to be doing that 3 times in a year because you're just bored and you're still booking your fantasy wrestling promotion.
That Adam Cole face turn felt forced. Like
everything's forced.
Yeah.
So we've had EC3 in our studio a couple of times too. He's had experience all over the place, right? TNA, obviously, now running Exodus and everything as well. And he talked about storytelling. I think one thing we can all kind of circle back to, whether you fell in love with the matches, whatever it was, the story behind what you were going, whether it was, obviously Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels Intercontinental title first time ladder match, or whether it was WrestleMania 21. The Triple H Batista story, that was like 7 months of a story that finally
What do you
culminated.
mean storytelling? They don't get 6 stars.
Oh Christ!
Don't get me
That
started.
doesn't
on
get you a
Meltzer,
9-star match. We talk about storytelling.
But I think the thing that's lost with AEW is the fact that a good story and not having it follow through. I can watch a pay-per-view for AEW. I won't because I'm not going to spend $55 for a 12-match card and fall
that's
asleep
crazy
halfway
to think
through,
that.
but that's beside the point.
I'm gonna watch it, but I ain't paying money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't saying how.
Yeah.
But I'm
Can't
paying
wait for
money.
Max when it's
Perfect.
discounted. Yeah, it's going to be great. But to have something hot like that with MJF and Adam Cole, the friendship thing, all that stuff, and then obviously someone gets hurt, but then to forget, this is Vince booking. Past 2010,
Yeah.
we had this great story. Fuck it, we'll do something else.
And then you just randomly reverse the roles and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right.
And the storyline wasn't the story. The storyline was basically Adam Cole. He had to act like he had to become a snake to kill the snake. Like that was what his whole premise was. Like,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Not
Like,
to-
dog, you lost didn't you lose twice to him during that whole storyline for the title? Yeah,
It's terrible.
Like you suck, dude. You suck. You faked the whole friendship just to not win the belt.
He got no payoff in that.
Dog, get out of here.
Booking.
And now you're
forget.
getting
They
cooked
forget.
by MJF on live television. Get out of
I
here.
mean, speaking from my experience, whenever I get caught up in the storyline, like I will ask from the word go, hey, what's the end goal here? What am I like? And if it doesn't make sense, I have literally refused to lose matches because it didn't make sense.
Yeah,
I
was gonna ask,
have
like,
straight told people I'm not losing this match.
Kev, how much influence do you have in terms of
It
where
depends-
your story goes if you're selected for
It
a match
depends
or
on
a story?
how nice your promoter is at the end of the day. So, like for example, he started a new one, which also sucks. But so the last, like my most recent storyline that got wrapped up, so to speak, was for those of y'all who don't follow me, which is probably most of y'all. I'm idling black when I wrestle, abandoned island, kind of a boogeyman type of feel, whatever. So the story he wanted to pitch was we want to show that you can be hurt. Because, like, before recently, it was like, whatever you hit me up, I'm pouncing right back up. Like, yeah, no sale. I don't care. I don't even remember the last time I've lost. Which is cool, whatever. Build me up. I got it. So he was like, cool, we want to make sure you look human. First off, I have no problem with that. I don't mind losing. It just needs to make sense to me. So he wanted me to lose to a wrestler named AJ Snow. Great guy. Like, I swear. Easy to work with. He doesn't try to control the match. But if you see a picture of him, he looks like a dad. Like, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible.
Is he an actual father, or is
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has at least one kid.
Okay.
But like he just looks like yeah, like he just looks like a dad.
you are
like,
justifiably a dad?
Yeah, like
Probably a better father than Rey Mysterio, but go ahead.
like so. And
good.
he's been there. He's been at that specific promotion for a while. I guess he's their like Grand Slam champ. He's won every belt there is to win at that said promotion. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna put you in a match with Snow, and Snow's gonna show he can hurt you. So I looked at him, I'm like, but he can't. Like if this was a real fight, I'm dragging his ass, like respectfully. So I don't mind playing the role, but can we put somebody else in there?
You bring up a good point. A couple of you guys mentioned Orange Cassidy. I have a bone to pick with this. If Orange Cassidy is your top babyface, and I'll even throw Darby in this too. Darby's a better wrestler, I think, and he presents himself more physically than Orange does. Mm-hmm. How can you build a promotion? You kind of mentioned you kind of have to look the part too a little bit. I know it's not necessarily fair because a lot of guys are talented. That it shouldn't be if you're 5'6" or you're 7 foot. I mean, if you can do the job and you can do it well, you can come off like you have that personality. Like Rhea Ripley's 5'6", 5'7", but she feels like she's 6'3" as a woman because she presents herself.
Got that presence.
She has the presence of like I'm bigger, larger
I
than
was
life.
shocked when I saw her live for the first time.
She's like average height. She's like barely above average.
Wow.
Yeah. She just wears like 6-inch heels and can still run, which is unbelievable.
Even going back in the day, Taz was what 5'5", 5'6",
Yeah, 5 was
and nobody
maybe
messed with that dude. So,
But it's a presentation. So when you guys bring up certain guys like that too, I kind of go back to the. It's a Cornettian way to look at things, but it's also kind of like.
So, nevertheless, though, I play the role. I'm like, you know what? Does he beat me? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, whatever. If you want me to act like he hit me with something that hurt, sure, got you. So then, I do have a fetish for biting people because I bite people a lot. Not in real life, but you know.
I was like, I'm gonna take one step.
So I bit him, and then they like. The storyline turned from him hurting me to like the bite that I bit him with got infected, and he like started acting like not himself or whatever. So guy has a tag team partner. His tag team partner steps up. I drop his tag team partner off. Cool beans, whatever. So then I'm like, all right, cool. After that match, I'm like, where are we going with the storyline? He's hurt. He's acting weird. I just dropped off his partner. Where are we going? He's like, you know, we're just really trying to make it look more humane. I'm like, all right, cool. So what's the idea? Getting like, what are we doing here? He really didn't have anything. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got an idea for you that I feel like gets your point across, doesn't make me look like shit, and since you need them to look like decent, I can help them look decent as well. Right. So he's like, all right, cool, shoot it. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I run it back with his partner. Since he's infected, we can leave him infected, whatever. I run it back with his partner. I try to bite his partner. When his partner sees I'm about to bite him, they slide in, they jump me, whatever, literally have me carried out of the ring. I've never been carried out of the ring. I've never needed help getting up. Nobody's ever seen that. So it's like, all right, cool. Like, he can be hurt. He literally needed assistance getting out of the ring.
Yeah.
I obviously go backstage from a promo. I'm flipping out, throwing shit around. I challenge him to a handicap match because obviously I'm pissed. He just dropped me off like that. I lose the handicap match. Obviously 1-2. Logically, I shouldn't win. So I was like, now they look great. Like, they're the first 2 people to drop me off in months. So he's like, all right, cool. Then I'm like, then obviously I need help. So then I call for a partner. I don't even give a fuck who my partner is. Just grab a name out of the hat. It doesn't matter. I grab a partner. We have a blow-off match with a big tag team feud. Story's over with. I can get out of the story within a couple months. Everybody should logically be happy. I guess he didn't like that idea.
It's like I sat here. I thought about it. I laid it out. I gave you a finish. The middle. This is how it starts.
But it's the intent of like, so if you don't have anything, let me throw some things your way and see if something sticks.
Yeah, then we can have a conversation. Yes. Even if you say, well, I like this part, but not this part, whatever. And I even say, I don't care if I lose a tag match. Like, if you really need them to look good, because maybe you're about to send them on a tag team push or whatever the hell you're about to do, I don't care if I don't care about losing, just make it make sense. So, but he didn't like the idea. So he just literally midway through the storyline scrapped the whole storyline.
Like, this sounds like Tony Khan's your booker.
Yeah, like.
It's going great. Let's fucking change it.
Yeah, so I show up.
Or not even like follow up on anything.
Yeah, no, it didn't. Yeah.
What happened 2 months ago? It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Nah, just throw Will Ospreay in it.
2 8 Canadian destroyers in a row, and don't sell.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Where can you find all the action for Northeast Ohio high school sports?
Oh my goodness! Touchdown!
You gotta be kidding me!
Touchdown, Madison! Only on Chagrin Valley Conference TV.
We provide full coverage for your favorite schools all year long. From the mat to the field to the court, we have the best highlights and post-game one-on-ones.
We're coming back this year. Everyone on this team is hungry.
Me being a leader, if they see me perform at my best, if they see me with top energy, then this is going to push them and want them to be at the top energy.
Most just appreciate you and all you do for the CBC.
Catch it all on ChagrinValleyConference.com and at Chagrin Valley Conference TV on YouTube.
Well, let's move to WWE because
Yes.
there is a ton of follow-through. And as we enter into 2025, I think we talked about on our show that there's a unclear WrestleMania picture.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
And I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think there's
I'm actually kind of excited about that.
There's a
I don't know.
lot of things that could be presented.
Yeah.
So I guess overall, more so like what you guys think of the field itself, but you all right there, Ken?
Yeah, it went down the wrong pipe.
He-
Yeah, we're good.
That's what happens when I put him over.
I thought he bet somebody. I was
He
in
can't be hurt.
He can be hurt. Look at him.
water bottle.
Water.
Christ threw a jab in there, right?
If he's hydrated, he's fucked. Yeah, it's-
I guess if the news we've been hearing
Yeah.
is a CM Punk.
is pushing for a match with Roman, right?
He might get that match with Roman.
Yeah.
He might get it.
That's happening.
You're saying that's happening.
Yeah, you go back and watch Survivor Series. The interaction between you two, come on, you cannot tell me that they're not having a match down the line. And now everyone's saying like, oh, like Punk and Rollins, they're picking that too soon for WrestleMania. That's probably going to happen probably this month, either at the Netflix premiere or at the Royal Rumble.
I think they're scheduled to have the match and the main event of Netflix. I imagine we're probably not going to get a full match out of that. I would think there's maybe some sort of screwy shit going on.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
15
something.
minutes.
It's a lot that's gonna happen. This is a great situation for WWE. It's like I think right now it's really a field day. Like you kind of have the pick of the litter where you could choose from what can be what. You can even go as far as The Rock and Roman for WrestleMania. You can go so many different ways, so many different angles. You can have Seth. You can end up having maybe a Seth interfering with CM Punk and Roman, which could cause a triple threat. It's just so many different obstacles we can go within this, and that's the beautiful thing right now. I think with not just the storyline, but just the way WWE has start kind of moving. So that's super dope. I'm really for the first time, I'm not in a position where I can easily predict what's
about
to
to
happen.
happen. Yeah, what's about to happen.
And I even think even more the way how beautiful it is now is even if we could predict it, it's always that monkey wrench thrown in the hat where we damn, we didn't see that coming.
So that monkey wrench right now, honestly, I think is The Rock. Is he going to show up? Is he not going to? He's going to be there on January 6th, but after that, is he done for the what are we doing with him? Yeah,
and we still got Cena's farewell tour, so we don't. It's so many different angles we could take with this.
Am I wrong for saying I don't care about that?
With Cena?
Yeah, I don't really.
I think Cena right now is facing a LeBron, kind of like the LeBron era right now. Right now we don't too much care, but once he's gone, it's damn.
When November hits, we're gonna be
he
damn.
He did a lot for the game.
Yeah, I openly admit that because obviously I think everybody's childhood favorite wrestler is Cena. Till you mature and you be like, well, so I was as a kid growing up, he was like, oh yeah, I love John Cena, just turned 30, Then I got older, I'm like, well,
fuck John
Edge is cool. Yeah, Edge is cool. He's cool.
You didn't eat your Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah.
Cena, for my generation, that was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
Was, the
absolutely.
complete, all-American babyface.
Yeah.
And what Hogan did, at least, that Cena never had a chance to do was turn heel.
Mm-hmm.
So, he did go over to WCW. He did go over and, get that fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
And kind of got a new audience, a new deal. Cena, with the Make-A-Wish stuff and him just being him, he's been basically one note the whole way.
Yeah.
And, that's fine. He definitely fulfilled a need for, WWE during that run. But I think that might be why a lot of people, because people in my generation had that same opinion of Hogan of let's eat our vitamins, let's go, we've been hearing the same shit over and over again for 10 years, and now we're 10 years older and it doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Style.
About the Cena thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
If we don't get Cena Carlito, it's all a waste. They brought Carlito back. I'm tired of them seeing bring Carlito back.
It was
for
the
nothing.
long-term booking of Triple H.
And-
One day
and-
we're gonna.
And culmination.
Cena gets stabbed in a club again. Was it Carlito? We don't know.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cena gets stabbed. First match back.
Yeah.
And that's how he ends his career.
Now, see, I gotta throw a question out to the panel here. Do you think there's any chance we see like a Cena heel turn during this whole tournament?
He's back for a full year. He's been fully confirmed.
No.
40, 45 dates, whatever it is. He's,
Am I the only one who missed Cena's heel turn? Nobody watched Total Divas.
Oh yeah, he was an asshole on that show.
His rules.
He had house rules.
Oh yeah. Mickey's like, I cooked dinner for you. I thought my invitation was we was gonna go out to eat. I didn't actually want you to cook. You fucking suck at cooking.
Kind of
I feel like
you left the spaghetti spot on the counter.
Yeah, like I feel like that's why those shows are dangerous. Though. Like those shows are very dangerous to your on-screen character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like even guys like the whole Cody Rhodes show, he was kind of a dick. Like so, it's like okay, cool, you're portraying this great guy on TV, but we've seen you at the crib, yo. Like,
you have rules.
Yeah,
like shit like that would work for like Brock Lesnar. And
Yeah.
like those who really don't care. Like Stone Cold will have a great like
one,
reality
yeah.
show. Like
He did.
It's called the Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah. Like,
And the challenge and the other ones.
They were great
Tough
shows.
enough even.
yeah.
Oh, don't worry, they cashed in on that. Yeah, yeah.
Right. You got. I
I
feel
had that
like
on
wrestlers
replay
have
on
to be
Pluto
real
TV.
careful
Don't
with
worry.
that, bro.
Well, I mean, that's why you saw the Undertaker take the lengths that he went.
Yeah,
you know,
he
that-
openly said like my whole closet was black. You couldn't catch me
They were
wearing black.
driving. Him and Paul Bearer were driving around in a real hearse.
Yeah, like
You know, like going through the Burger King drive-through. You know,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
because
Yeah,
they
like,
never wanted. You know,
to catch you out
and
of
he was
character.
one of those guys too that even like the smart fans in the '90s and before really the internet got really into it. He was one guy that we might have known that Hulk Hogan was Terry Bollea. We had no idea who the hell the Undertaker was. We had no clue. And
Yeah,
he
you
made
said that's
sure it
Mark
was-
Calloway. We'd be like, who, bro?
Yeah, but if you ever-
Golf clubs, or what are you doing?
And if he ever did, a promo, "Hi, I'm Mark," that character would have died.
Yeah.
For 5 years,
So,
I was asking who the fuck Sarah was.
Oh yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is Sarah? Like, why is she on his
DDP
neck?
could tell you.
And he's like, I'd rather not.
Surprised
Oh,
I'm
dude,
surprised
biggest
they
question when I
didn't
was a
do
kid.
that
I was
as-
like,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Only
You
they
finally
actually
saw
did
it?
involve Sarah in a storyline.
I think she was in one at some
Yeah.
point.
She was.
That ruined it for me.
Let me ask a question
That
real quick if
ruined
I
it for
can.
me.
Go ahead.
You said Cena was the Hogan of this era, and I agree.
Yeah.
They're, they're trying to put Cody in that spot, and they have been for a couple years now, of the next white meat babyface. And I think he did a really good job of it. But you see Cody, and you see fans are really starting to turn already. Do you think Cody is
Highest
the
time of
Lex
the year,
Luger?
they signed a $5 billion deal. They're making
Do
money.
you
I
think
don't know.
Cody is the Lex Luger to Cena's Hogan?
Whoa,
Where they're going to try and fill that void, and it's not going to
Well,
work.
they never, Luger never had a world title, so that I think that
In
That makes
WWF.
sense.
Luger never had a world title, and the whole Cody thing is so forced, which is why it's not receptive.
He like Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, like first and foremost, it took you 8 years to finish your story. I don't care anymore.
Great story. Hold on. That's a great story.
I wonder if he would've been-
Was it though?
So worth
Like,
it for me.
Would he
like-
been benefited by winning the title a year earlier? Maybe.
Yes. If he would have won
Instead
it,
of
Mania
that's when,
39.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's when he was supposed to win it. When he lost it there, I didn't care anymore. I'm like, I don't care if you ever finish your story, bro. Keep writing. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Being
Like,
Dusty's kid only gets you so far.
yeah, like, bro,
Yeah.
son of a plumber,
And-
go be one.
But
Like,
even
I
look
don't
at
care.
Dusty, like NWA.
Be crazy, yo.
Go ahead, Rob.
But
Better heel than
Dusty
Kevin
had
Owens.
the same issues when when he was wrestling against Flair. You had a lot of the people that were getting sick of Dusty's act and getting sick of the, especially the WWF Dusty with the polka dots and stuff like that. Like, so you had that, So I guess like father like son, where that kind of just the fans just kind of get have that reaction to him.
When you hear "You Deserve It," when Cody is
Stretchered off after getting
uh-huh,
package pile
Kevin
drive.
Owens.
What does he do? Play quarterback for the Browns at that point?
Yo,
No, because if Cody Rhodes got a massage from the woman, Brandy beat the shit out of him.
those
So
are
I'm not worried about that at all.
I guess the bigger point, and this will be Christ's last question because he.
No,
has
I'm
to
here.
go.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
I guess my bigger point though. Is it possible in 2025 to build and sustain a pure white meat babyface for longer than 2 years?
I say no.
I don't think so. I just don't. Like even Cody, Seth Rollins. Like there's a lot of people and he's just like, oh, this is a great guy. If I hear somebody say this is a great guy, We were like, great guy to who?
Yeah. And that's the
If
way
you
it's
tell
been.
me that this person's a great, I guess that was the problem with Cena all these years. If you tell me that somebody's a great guy, I'm gonna look at him and say, you know what? Screw this guy.
Right.
Well, why would you say that? Because I'm better than him. Why would you say that? Because I am. Don't tell me that somebody's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's me being selfish, but I think a lot of fans are that way.
I think the way it's a new day and age of wrestling. So I think it's possible. I just think it's just got to be marketed a different way. They can't run the same
It would
style.
have to be natural too.
Yeah, it has to be more so like a natural, like
It has to be authentic.
yeah, like if we just have to have someone who just unapologetically gave it, like, don't care, like, yo, I don't care if y'all with me or if y'all against me. I have an agenda and this is what I'm standing by, regardless. And I think that's what's gonna build. Like,
Look at Stone Cold 20 years ago. Exactly. You know, you could tell that wasn't fake. You could tell that was him, and I think that's what people responded to, and I think that's why in the Attitude Era, a lot of those guys worked out well. Mick Foley being one of them too.
Rey Mysterio, even.
But
so who
you know,
could be that
if
guy?
it is. But I don't know if
Out
it's
of
Cody
curiosity.
because it seems like he's always getting ready for
we
the
get Dean
camera and
Ambrose
he's
back,
always being
professional.
If we get like a Moxley back to WWE, possibly.
If he learns how to throw a punch, maybe.
Yeah.
KO maybe almost in that level.
Fuck KO.
Shit, he's a better heel.
Yeah,
Because
definitely better.
Some people,
I'm just talking.
some
Breaker
people,
at one point.
hold up,
people
Shane,
Joe
hold up,
Hendry.
Shane, what did you just say?
Oh, I said Braun Breaker at one point.
Breaker.
Maybe Braun.
I think
Braun has a shot.
The way,
Braun has a shot.
because he's like a
Scary.
tweener, right? He's like a tweener right now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very much a tweener. My issue is I feel like I've seen it the whole spear. Everybody, I've seen it too much. Like
Yeah.
No, the way he spears though is different.
As
bro.
soon as they
I'm
sport
not gonna
science,
lie.
they say he runs at 24 miles an hour. I was like,
Again,
okay.
when they do shit like
for
that,
me,
that
especially since I wrestle, it has to make sense. I'm not about to stand there and watch you hit the ropes 8 times before you tackle me.
So I have a name to throw out there. I think that could maybe bring a lot of this together. We mentioned the great year that Swerve had too, and kind of how he elevated himself. I look at Trick in NXT, and I think to myself, he doesn't talk a lot, but it's everything he does seems to just blow up. That crowd interaction, it's always been pretty positive, even when he was with Mello and stuff too, working his way through. I don't watch NXT religiously. I probably should for the sake of the show, but I don't. But nevertheless,
I think Trick will fall into the category of a Jey Uso. Like
now Jay,
Fallen overrated?
Yeah, like exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think he's too over. I think he's too over that eventually it'll spill over and we'll be like, okay, all right. We don't see. I don't see Trick being a champion. Like I don't see him being a heavyweight champion.
No, I think Trick peaked too soon.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I watched Smackdown highlights yesterday, and I was thinking about that with Carmelo Hayes. He was supposed to be the guy that was over between those two. They put him and Trick together. Carmelo was supposed to be the star, and he's got called up and hasn't done fuck shit since.
Yeah.
We got pushed by Cody Rhodes.
He had that one match. And that's it.
Right.
And then,
But yeah, I just don't see it. Like
I
I think he's great, but like I said, it's one of them situations where it's like it's something that I can't put my hand on with Trick. Like I don't know exactly.
Booker T's commentary.
Booker T can't move out with them.
What? I like it. I like it.
I like it.
Oh yeah, man.
That's true. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
The gimmicky stuff's only going to last so long.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I say that white meat babyface role has a good potential to be filled by Joe Hendry. If they make him in not comedic,
In a
but
serious light.
in a lighthearted but serious way of like, no, I'm the good guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the good thing. I think it could work.
They
I can
need
see
somebody
that.
that can talk. Like the issue is, well, a lot of people they put too much prowess on wrestling, and like not enough on I can actually go out there and cut a promo and like one
Ricochet.
He gets blown up before he can even talk. He's
Yeah,
doing all
like-
the-
His brother can talk great. Why isn't he the star?
like
Oh,
Big
that's why they
Jim's
were
the
tag
one.
team.
Yeah.
No yeet.
yeah no he
Because we gonna go. Yeet. Get the water. Yeet. Drink the water. Yeet. Pass the water. Yeet. After you drink the water. Yeet. Yeet. We
Hold on, we set up the Raw. We set up the Raw last year. They had Jay open the show. He did the whole thing. He came down to the ring. I'm like, this dude's out of breath. He has to cut a promo
He goes
too.
hard every entrance.
He's like, Cleveland.
Promo ability or his cardio?
Yes. Oh,
Yes. The answer is yes.
All right, let's leave you guys with this. Again, we thank you guys for coming. I hope the audience enjoys what they're seeing here because I think it's a real insight of what fans are thinking going into this. I almost wanted to say, so what did you want to talk about? But I should have did that at the beginning of the show. So
No, then you're going to get booed out of the studio.
I guess in 2025, and I'll let Crisis go first because he might have to leave here soon.
We good.
But what do you want to see in pro wrestling in 2025?
I want everyone's answer on this, too.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with Crisis, 'cause I know you got to go.
Ruthless aggression.
You know what? That's it. You know what? Good night.
Listen, January 6th, if Cena comes out in pink tights with a spiked hair,
Oh shit.
I may turn it off.
No.
If The Rock is not at the show on January 6th, I have other questions. Go ahead.
More promos. I think it just need. I think we in the era, like we kind of mentioned it earlier, that WWE has a lot of superstars. So this is a perfect time for us to kind of slow down with so many different like matches. I think we can start building a little bit more stories. Also, a little bit more title changes too, man. Like, we don't need everybody to hold the damn title for 5 years, bro. Like, get rid of some of them titles. And I also want to keep the Eagle title or the one that Kevin Owens has. Let's keep that in too. Let's keep that title going around too. Like, I think that'll be a great position as well. But I also ultimately, like I said, like I just wanted to kind of slow down. Let's build some of these superstars that we have because I see that we about to start bringing some more in. I think we just need to start worrying about building, and Tony Khan needs to just stop throwing darts at the board and just wherever the dart land, that's the match. We're gonna just Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay. In the ladder match, that's what it just feel like. He's just throwing darts and it's just landing wherever it lands. That's what he's doing.
Spin the wheel.
Like Cole Cabana versus Brian Danielson.
Taboo Tuesday, like so.
No, because then the fans be booking it, and it actually be probably halfway.
Yeah, it'd be probably a lot better. He should probably bring that back. But yeah, I think that's what we. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's build these stories a little bit more and really get and let's relieve some of these titles. So that's what I think we should do for 2025.
I know Crisis, you got to get to Oak Tree. I remember.
I'm gonna stay here though.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay. I'm good.
Rob, you remember those days?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I got those days coming up in not Oak Tree, but going downtown. I got.
Notice how he didn't ask me that question.
Beautiful.
Never mind.
Go
ahead, Captain.
So first from WWE, what I need to see, especially from Raw, is keep the stream up because the Logan Paul fight, most of us didn't see it. I didn't really want to. I kind of saw what was going to happen, but let's not have it crash.
Saw Mike's cheeks though.
Yeah, we did see Mike's cheeks. Yeah.
Pure quality.
That was old man ass.
That was
yeah.
pure quality.
Of
course the circle froze at that point. Are you having troubleshooting, sir?
You're sitting at 60%.
Yeah.
Nigga, feel
Vicious
low.
Ass loading.
Yeah.
They need to do that on Raw. On the debut episode of Raw.
Vicious win.
With Triple H.
Just do like Triple H's ass in the background.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels. I mean, he has enough experience putting his ass on WWE TV. So.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
No, you're good. I actually would like less titles. I don't think we need like the speed title and all this other extra shit.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
facts.
they
The
went
women's
into
mid card.
Yeah. I think they're
You don't
doing
want
too
to see
much.
the Continental Championship?
Nah.
The International Championship?
Right. So I think less titles would be okay because if everybody has one, then it takes the value away from who is the champion.
Yeah.
So less titles, spread them around like Crisis said, and personally, I think Cody needs to drop the belt. Like I would love to see that. Like I don't care for him as a champion.
Should have happened before WrestleMania.
He should have never won it, but that's a whole nother topic. They should have let Roman drop his ass off again and kept pushing. But like, I'm not even saying I was a fan of Roman's run, but Cody, that's not even a believable win. Like, oh, you just caught all these friends all of a sudden. Now you got the Undertaker in your back pocket and all these. Where was these niggas at the whole time? Like they just sat there and watched you get your ass kicked for 2 years. Then all of a sudden they grew a heart. Like,
That's a good point. You got this whole Avengers finish and it's like,
Well, I remember Undertaker. Well, I remember Undertaker. He was originally supposed to be. It was supposed to be Stone Cold in this spot, right?
Yeah.
So
And
I guess
you know what?
that
Stone
would have
Cold
made.
was probably like,
This makes no sense.
This is dumb. Yeah.
This makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Even Undertaker didn't want to do it because they wanted him to actually get back like full-fledged Taker. And he was like, I'm not doing that.
Gong.
Yeah.
Gong, appear, choke slam, disappear.
Yeah, like,
That's all you get.
yeah, he said, you
Send me my
forgot
$1
the
million.
wink to Cody.
Yeah.
Send me my $1 million.
Banger.
I do podcasts now.
Yeah, what you talking about? I'm a podcaster, bro. Like, I'm Mark. Everybody knows I'm Mark now. I'm Mark. Like, I don't care about this anymore, bro.
These celebrity cameos are getting wild.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, Mark Calloway now? Come on.
When I found out he was afraid of
Fox News
cucumbers.
Prime.
That was weird.
And from AEW, first off, you can send me a contract. That'd be
Hey,
great.
that'd be awesome.
Like, that'd be great. But I would like to see Darby Allin stop doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of death matches. That was my answer on the AEW question. I think it's just too death match led. If you can't have an actual regular wrestling match, I don't think you can wrestle. I shouldn't need to hit you with a chair for people to care.
Or stab you in the nose with a screwdriver. That's just crazy.
That's just
Syringes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Syringes.
Pizza cutter.
No, that's a good spot.
With a
Sponsored by
That's a good spot.
Domino's,
Yeah, that was sponsored.
That was wonderful.
And
That's probably the best thing I've done in 4 years.
Yeah, that's peak AEW.
best peak. I mean, lastly, just make people earn their spot. Like this is just personal bias. I frown upon people like Dominic Mysterio because it's like, bro, you are where you are because you're dad. Like, we watched him get better from show to show. Yet he's like, it took him like almost a year to touch NXT. Like, he was one of the few people who jumped straight from to the main roster without even breathing at NXT. So it was like, yo, I understand your father's legendary and this, that, and the third, but like, first off, you can't wrestle. Like, I cannot wrestle Dominic, and
You're building feuds in the
like,
future.
like,
You're about to fuck with Johnny Gargano.
I like, and they're getting back to using independent stars, so I like that. But like let other sports be other sports. Like, just because I can throw a football or shoot a basketball don't mean I can get in the ring and run the ropes, because that shit hurt. Respectfully, that shit hurts. Like, so yeah, just use the independent scene more, guys. Like, we're here. No, I got a family to feed too.
He's asking for a WWE ID deal.
Yeah, that's a fair
It's
statement.
out there.
Yeah.
All right, Style, you're up.
I love the sports presentation that they're moving towards. I love
I like
the
that.
panel lineups. I love all the lower thirds and graphics they're working on. I think it's all a really sleek design. Love the mic flags. I might be the only person that's focused on the mic flags all show long.
You're a true
love,
broadcaster.
love the Raw and SmackDown
Sure.
mic flags. That's what hooks me.
When you notice shit like that, like, yo, the rule third, seeing that at the bottom, the mic flash. You want chef's kiss.
Frame that
like,
shit
really
nice.
broadcasting.
This presentation is fun.
Folks, there are things that broadcasters pay attention
Yeah,
to
it
that
is.
nobody else.
It's so true. It's so true.
Nobody else.
Because when he said it, I'm like, you know what? You're all right. Like, when you see like the Oscar defeats, you like, yo, thanks for that update. That was well needed. Like, yo, yeah, that's a broadcaster clue right there. I like that.
So more of that. It's not going to happen because they have 3 more on reserve, but less Bloodline. I'm tired of the Bloodline shit. All of them can go, but the Tongans aren't even related. Doesn't make sense.
Thank you.
I've been said that.
They hate each other. I went to Hawaii and
They're
I
not
was
related
to
family.
the shit out. Yeah.
Like, wait,
Tongans
the
and Samoans
Rock
hate
is
each
barely
other.
in the bloodline. You're
Yeah.
being technical.
They
Like,
cousin. That's our cousin. Our from the other side cousin.
I love you so much.
Jacob Fatu turning on Solo with "I hate you, Solo." I want that.
Oh, you know that's common.
That's Paul Heyman's 7th inning. Relax, all right?
He said he can see a turn. Where
I
Jacob
hate
said, I hate you solo.
No, that hit like crack.
I want my contract for
Dude,
the
if
writers'
that
room.
happened, that would break the internet.
Is it possible to nominate him for like the Rising Star award?
Let's
this
bring back the
year?
Slammies
Like,
just
I
for
think
that.
Jacob Fatu definitely deserve that Rising
Oh,
Star.
So interesting
you wanna
enough,
give him a
we do
Slammy?
have the award show coming. We actually just had it this past week. So
shut.
maybe or maybe not, Jacob Fatu may make an
Okay,
appearance.
okay,
on that. So,
okay.
yeah.
All right, I love you guys.
Dominic Mysterio world title match
Please, no.
with
stop.
Karrion
What the-
Kross.
No. No.
I
Hell
want that.
yeah.
No.
Like that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I see where this guy's at.
Karrion Kross.
Jimmy Wang
Let's
Yang
bring back
Legends
Enzo Amore
contract.
and throw him in the match.
And the return of Derek Bateman. That's my pick.
Really?
EC3.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
His proper gimmick, Derek Bateman.
That's wild.
The great city of Tulsa.
Anytime we can get fucking Derek Bateman and Oasis in the same show, that's fantastic.
He was up here, guys, a couple of times. He's a great person. He's like a family of this show.
Love Derek Bateman.
We know who Derek Bateman is.
He's gonna come in and
First
smack
name
the shit out of
basis,
him.
I mean, Derek.
What's up, D?
What's up, D?
That's my call to say I don't want no trouble, bro.
What's up, D? What's up, D?
Hey, man. Hey, dude.
Holy
What's
shit.
poppin',
All right.
Robert Zicki from News Radio WTAM 1100. Go ahead.
Well, what I want to see from WWE, I just want to watch because we mentioned it before. They got all these stars. You got the Netflix deal coming up. Triple H has done what you needed to do to prime yourself for an epic 2025.
True.
And if you want to just get into storylines and stuff, I'd actually like to see a Cody heel turn. Because we're talking about all of this, hey, you're entitled. Hey, your dad's doing all this. You don't get that kind of respect. Why don't you throw him maybe with somebody like Mysterio or something like that and kind of use that? Because with him being Dusty's kid, he's closer to what the Four Horsemen were than Dusty was. Mm-hmm. So why don't you kind of use it that way? I don't know, but I'm not a booker, so that's just a deal. But from AEW, Tony needs to find a booker. Tony needs to find somebody to be in charge of that company. I don't think it'll ever happen because the reason why he wants to have AEW is to have his little action figures and play with them how he pleases.
Shane McMahon, 2025.
That, you know what, you want to create a stir, that'd be something to do. I don't know if Shane can actually book. Has Shane ever actually booked anything?
He's been,
he's fallen off of cages and stuff.
He's been around enough.
Same thing.
He booked
He
that
has
Royal
fell off cages
Rumble,
and stuff.
right?
He took a few
think.
25.
Well, yeah,
The one that he got fired from.
He got fired from
Yeah,
So he
that's
might
right.
fit in well with AEW for all we know,
Vince found that too much. Like,
Tony Khan needs an adult in the room.
Stephen
He
Richards.
needs somebody to kind of just run the company and let him be the billionaire, owner and have fun with that. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see in 2025.
all right, Shane, you're up.
From AEW, not the storylines to suck. Respectfully, of course, obviously.
Not that respectful.
And I think another thing, because we all like that CM Punk brawl, like all out brawl, and like all the behind the scenes like dirty stuff. It always be coming out. So I think I don't know, hire a better HR or PR or whatever.
I don't know. He's still making him the most money out of anyone there. CM
He's
Punk's
the
making
best
AEW the most
Well,
money.
not.
I heard he
I'm
was
not.
in the top 5 for T-shirts in both companies simultaneously.
Oh, I'm not
Hell
talking.
yeah.
That's a hell of a. He should be.
Hey,
wrestling of the year for that.
shout out CM Punk. Round of applause, CM Punk.
Good job.
Most over in 2 professional wrestling companies at the same time. CM
Exactly,
Punk.
and that's what's even crazy. His name always gets brought up in AEW, and that's kind of like my problem because like he's not there anymore. So like. And then the AEW released that whole footage too on Dynamite. I watched it because I just wanted to see if they really had the balls to do that.
And then it happened
then they
exactly
did.
the way you described it on Chris.
And, then,
Chris
yeah,
Van
and I
Vliet.
was
Like,
just
happened
watching it
exactly-
like, what do you
Really shot themselves.
What
in
was
the
the
foot.
point? Yeah, what were you guys like trying to prove? Like if I could be there for that meeting, like you know what, guys, CM Punk keeps dragging us through the mud. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna show the footage that exactly happened, how he worded out, and we're gonna show it to everybody to see.
And then we're not going to do anything.
And then we're not gonna do anything after.
And
They
even
beat
more-
NXT that week. That's all that matters.
Hold up.
Yeah, and then we're gonna keep pushing Jack Perry like he's good.
Hold up. Even more. So, video goes up by AEW. A fan posted. It was from their security footage. And then AEW put a copyright claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
posted it.
They were copyright
You
people
idiots
after that.
posted it.
No, they were copyright people after that, and they were like, "Yo, you can't do that." Like, dog, what the fuck?
Y'all released it.
I'm going to change my answer slightly because in 2025 I want to watch Punk and I want to watch Cody have a WrestleMania main event and just call it the "Fuck You Tony" main event. That's, regardless of business, regardless
Ethan
of how
Page
you
running?
do it, just do it.
Ethan Page running is
Ethan Page
crazy.
running is great.
Just do it.
Brings over Team Dream back. No, all right.
Team AEW.
That's a loaded request.
What rape? No, I'm just playing.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Don't talk about Temu Prince like that ever again, right?
Temu Prince.
I'm sorry, Shay. Keep
He's
going.
as
Go ahead.
overrated as
I'm
Prince
sorry.
was. Wow.
I don't. For as far as WWE, I don't know. Push
Karrion.
Push Karrion Kross absolutely in Final Testament, all of them.
He does have a very interesting story. Everyone
He
he's
actually-
touched
the
has like
Karrion-
went downhill quick.
We were talking about the Karrion Kross effect is insane.
Yeah.
New Day's crazy.
The new Day, Miz.
God, I hope New Day teams with Rich Holland soon.
Drew McIntyre actually, too.
Yeah.
From like years back.
Yep.
But yeah, take Jacob Fatu out of the bloodline and then just have him go crazy. Honestly, I put him on Raw.
On
I don't know.
everybody?
Yeah, put him on Raw. Put him against Braun Breaker. I don't know.
He might be that.
Just
he
get
might
get.
be that he might be that babyface like that.
He might be him.
Because if you think like if you just have somebody who just don't care, who has their own.
Jacob
agenda,
Fatu is that guy.
Is Jacob, bro?
He literally
like, I
fits
don't-
that
I just-
description.
I don't. I'm not
Take
gonna-
as soon as his bloodline thing is over, January 6th happens and Roman Reigns and
We got
Solo.
3 more in the reserves,
I'm
baby.
about to
We
say,
got
yo,
the third
we
line
still-
coming.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we still got Zilla. We still
And they all have children.
Chikaleo.
They all have children.
It's never gonna end. I hate to break it. It's gonna keep going on forever.
Child number 8 is going to main event WrestleMania 64.
See you guys. In 2050 something, whatever. When this
close.
storyline is over, please just get Jacob Fatu out
Be
of the
when Paul
bloodline.
Heyman dies.
Yeah.
The patriarch isn't even.
Yeah.
Before Joe goes, I just want to make note, and this is a little plug for our show from last week. With our war show, most disappointing, we went this entire show, not one person mentioned the Wyatt Six. And supposedly they killed everybody.
This hurt me more than anything else because I was a huge Bray fan and I was really looking forward to this because I thought Bo was already super talented. I thought he should have changed his name to Bo Wyatt. I thought that would have maybe stud a little bit more harder because Bo Dallas, whatever, but different presentation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Different era, different attitude, all that stuff. And
It hasn't been hitting, yeah.
no, they kind of show up once a month, do a
And
little
it's-
thing
it's-
loose, and then
Do
leave.
a little weird promo.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it sounds horrible to say, but that idea probably should have died with Bray. I get you wanted to honor him some shape, form, or fashion, but I don't think anybody in that group really has can pull it off.
It would be like keeping a band going, like keeping Nirvana going after Kurt Cobain dies. Like,
Yeah,
he was
like-
the band, he was the whole idea. Like him or hate him, but why do it after he's gone?
Yeah,
the
like,
Wyatt family, Wyatt is gone.
Well, on top of that, too, you look at like the 6-month span from the inception to now of the Wyatt Six, and the product has changed so much and more towards a sports-oriented feel towards it. The Wyatt Six would work great in NXT right now with how they present it. It doesn't fit in with everything else that's
It
on the
doesn't.
show. The spooky bullshit just doesn't fly.
And I feel
And I love all of them.
And the only group
I
that
think
works
they're
with
talented wrestlers for the most part.
Especially Loomis.
Loomis is underrated as hell.
Loomis is fantastic.
Yeah, Loomis can work, dog. But I think like if the Wyatt Six was to work, it has to be almost like an early day Shield presentation where you just sick them loose, like yo, go fuck him up.
Well, that was the first day.
what they should do with Jacob Fatu. Sounds like what they should do
That
for
was the
Jacob
first day,
Fatu.
though.
Yeah.
The first day backstage, they killed everybody.
When they did
Yeah,
that,
everybody thought they shot.
I was
Chad
like,
Gable on Twitter.
holy shit.
And I was one of those
Wow.
people. I thought Chad Gable literally died that day. I literally thought he died.
His career might
It
have.
literally, it cuts to him. It's just like here, he's got blood gushing out, and he's just like, dog. I thought it was it for
They
him.
shot too high right off the bat. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
you can't
like-
murder
yeah.
people on TV.
You
But then
can't
not
murder
do
the
it
whole
again.
backstage.
And then
They had an
your first day on the
investigation.
show.
And then
Yeah,
now you're
extra
beefing with the
security,
final
all that
test.
Fashion
stuff.
Police wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And even on the
Yeah.
realism
Like that
stuff, because
storyline
somebody's sitting there going, "Why don't you
Bring
call
back
the cops?"
Fashion Police.
Right.
Bring back Enzo.
Where's Triple
Amore.
H?
Yeah.
I think they should have beat up Steve.
Joe, you're up.
Follow that.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Let's talk about Karrion Kross. You're fine.
Back to you.
Like Karrion Kross.
He's great.
What I'd want to see is, I want to see more. Like we were talking about, like guys like the Wyatt Six, Karrion Kross, more focused on the mid cards. It's like WWE right now, they're hitting on, like it or not, the Bloodline storyline. Their main event storylines are pretty solid. We can debate, whether we like it or not, but you can definitely tell they're putting effort into the main event storylines. Let's put some more effort into the mid-card storylines. And something I've been wanting for 20 years, make Raw and SmackDown different. Like, I can understand, like, if you want to, like, if they're on Netflix, if you want to make that more of your, like, entertainment show kind of a presentation. Yeah. And then if you want to make SmackDown on USA, because that's, like, on a Friday night where most sports usually are on the weekends. So if you want to make SmackDown more of your, like, sports-oriented show, and just give purpose to, like, because the one thing, like, everyone, like, romanticizes about the Attitude Era, the one thing I was starting to think about, like, the Attitude Era, they did more for the mid-card guys than probably any other era in wrestling. I mean, yeah, we can go back and look and be like, okay, yeah, these gimmicks sucked, or, like, what, these gimmicks wouldn't fly now. But at least they did something.
What do you mean? Val Venus would be very much over today.
Yeah, he still would be, but...
You'll find him on Twitter right now.
You'll find him on the Netflix Raw coming January 6th.
But the purpose of your mid-card should be to build to the main event, which they don't do, and that's my biggest issue. Like, Ludwig Kaiser should be world champion. He is a better world champion fit than Gunther any day, and I love Gunther. Ludwig Kaiser can talk 10 times better and work 10 times better. And Gunther's supposed to be the big bad guy, right? He's shorter than Ludwig is. And since he lost all his mass,
that I didn't know until the Raw. That's true.
What the issue is,
Kaiser is so underrated.
He is underrated. The issue with WWE is they're too like cosmetic worried. Like, like you don't look physically appealing. Like, when in terms, I was more scared of Gunther when he was fat, personally. Like, when you lost all the weight, it's like, we about the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I was like,
Walter's scary
like,
name too.
Yeah, like Walter. That was a more intimidating presence. Like, people wouldn't be scared of the Big Show if he looked like KD.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I like a picture of Big Show
I don't want to think about that. He's actually a good example because you've seen his weight go up and down throughout the year, so you have seen,
Yeah, six-pack Big Show didn't do it for me. I didn't like it.
No, I mean, he was moving a little bit better, but yeah.
So what I learned today is Big Show's the one who's ruining the NBA. Okay, cool.
We'll go with that.
But Edge can save it.
Edge can save it.
I dare a caller at TAM to say that.
Oh wait, I want to quickly add one more thing to my WWE in 2025. Please get the women's title off of Liv Morgan. Just put it back on Rhea Ripley at this point. I'm sick and
she sucks.
She sucks.
She sucks. She's not good. She's not good. Her whole thing is she looks like a slutty teenager.
Okay, not that.
No, she's not good in the ring. She's not good on the mic. She sucks. She has no appeal other than she looks like a slutty teenager.
I'm not gonna say she doesn't look like a slutty teenager. I'm just also gonna say Rhea doesn't need the title anymore. Like,
Rhea has no stock.
She's almost like the Undertaker or Andre.
Yeah, like if you put a title on Rhea, it does nothing for her.
It does more for the title than it
does
does for
like it
You know, I was just like for those two to stop feuding with each other. Feud with other people.
Well, you're tired of the Judgment Day.
I'm sick of the Judgment Day.
I was tired of Judgment Day a long time ago.
When they kicked Edge out, I was over.
Oh yeah.
All they do is play video games, beef with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, Carlito doesn't play because they didn't get the DLC. They didn't buy it, so he can't play his own character. He's pissed about that.
Carlito's probably one of the best parts.
That's gonna be gonna be how the Judgment Day splits.
When he stabs him. It will be so good, guys. Carlito's gonna stab John on Netflix.
Oh, man.
That's what TV-14 means, stabbing.
Netflix will probably...
the year 2025.
That's what TV-14
Netflix gonna want
means.
something creepy like that.
It'll be great.
Holy
They'll
shit.
pixel the blood, it'll be fine.
They're just gonna CGI
Mosaic blur that shit out.
I think we're done.
So honestly, this has been great, guys. We appreciate you all stopping by, making time for us, and doing this. I think we're probably gonna end up doing this again at some point, just because it was awesome.
This was fantastic.
Different perspectives, different people. And we love wrestling fans too. We were downtown, obviously, for SummerSlam. We got a chance to talk to a lot of people down there from all over the country, and just having this kind of ability to talk with guys like you that love this and want to see the best possible product. And some of you work in the industry too, and are just trying to work your way up, man. Best of luck with you with that too. I mean, this is something we always enjoy, so we appreciate you guys so much.
And any storyline that involves Carlito.
Oh, we're talking about it now.
Getting stabbed by John Cena.
Payback's a bitch.
It is.
It's been 20 years.
20 years.
I'm gonna get mine.
I'm
going to get mine.
No, you know what's going to happen? Our Truth is going to turn heel and stab Carlito.
That'd be fucking wild.
And then I remember
what if Masters to do?
And then
what if our Truth turns heel and stabs John
Cena? We could do
It stabs his hero.
His childhood hero.
His
He's older
childhood
than
hero.
him.
Something.
See, but our Truth won't remember any of this though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
he's not
He'll
even
come back
big
next
as
week,
John
let me
Cena.
He's gonna come back.
He don't think he's John Cena.
Where's John?
No,
You stabbed
he's
him.
going to stab John
R-Truth.
Cena thinking it's an imposter.
When'd you come back?
Where's Butch?
Where's Butch?
Butch, please.
They gotta stop with that. They hurt my boy.
Yeah,
We'll see you guys next week. We'll react to the first episode of Raw on Netflix. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Gang.
God, that was so professional. That was unlike me. Thanks for tuning in.